All right, Shalom. I want to start off as always by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Bacha HaKodash. The bond is unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love unto the brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. And I also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And in this lesson, I wanted to do a response, or pretty much in a commentation, right? If that's the word, on these two videos here that I have pulled up. And of course, I have a scripture pulled up here in Psalm chapter 140. In response to both of these videos, all right, this is concerning end time prophecy. But I just want to highlight these things, man. I got a chance to watch these videos today, and they stood out to me in the spirit. Okay, a lot of things going on right now on the earth, man. A lot is going on. All right, it's hard to keep up with some of this stuff, but that's why you got brothers all around the world who cover different topics, who are a little more detailed on certain subjects, right? Like economics or politics, or geopolitics, whatever it may be. But nevertheless, the word is going out and things are being exposed, man. And we see that Esau Edom is on the move. He's making plays, so-called, publicly and privately. Okay, a lot is going on. So with this first video here, I wanted to respond to Redacted. And as you can see, the title of the video reads, it says, look at Klaus Schwab replacement at the WEF. He's worse, Redacted with Clayton Morris. So they're going to talk about this replacement guy for Klaus Schwab and what he's about. Okay, these devils are devils. Okay, I can't say no better than that. And they're getting ready to make a move, man. All right, what they're doing is just trying to so-called set the stage for. Really, it's the Most High setting the stage. Okay, Esau ain't got no control, man. But the Lord is doing this because they're getting ready to make a transition, okay, onto this digital system, which will be controlled, right, by AI and all this other crap, which Esau gonna control AI, but they're gonna use AI to pretty much monitor everything, to track everything, using the MOTB, of course. Of course, they're gonna use that, but it's gonna be a scary situation. Okay, so here we go. Make sure my audio here is good. I have to spit up a little bit as well, so maybe a little fast, but I'm only gonna play about 5 minutes of it.
Well, you can't make this up. Klaus Schwab is out at the World Economic Forum, and who do they just slide in as an interim chairman? The new head of the WEF is a former CEO of Nestle. His name is Peter Brabeck-Letmathy. I don't even have to say his name. How would you say that? Brabeck-Letmathy? What a name. Look at this guy, though. Here he is. This is literally...
Look at this dude, man. This dude looks like he's fresh out of a blood sacrifice. Okay, he looks like he just consumed some blood or some human flesh. Look at his eyebrow. Okay, what's wrong with his eyebrow? Why do he look like that? You think it's a coincidence, that he's out in public looking like this, bro? If you meet this guy in person, with anybody, they're looking like this, it's like who the hell is this guy? Okay, but this is the replacement for Klaus Schwab. For now, as they're saying, okay, the former CEO of Nestle, the water company, right? Now, as I play this video, pay attention to what this guy is going to say concerning water and how pretty much these devils are now trying to control our access to water and how much water we're allowed to use. So this reset is going to be crazy, man. They're going to actually ration water to us, something that the Most High God has here freely. But they're planning on rationing water to us, bro. This is ridiculous. But this is the squeeze and the control that Esau will have in the new system, man. This is crazy, all right? But I'll play it out so that you can hear it for yourself from this guy, man. Okay? From this devil, all right? Here we go.
Literally the new head of the WEF. I mean, and yeah, like everyone's like, well, what is going on with this weird, like bloody eyeball? And he does look a lot like Le Chiffre, doesn't he? From Casino Royale with the bloody dripping eye. Reminds me of this Bond villain easily. So this new guy, though, believes that water is not a human right, but a commodity to be sold and owned by the likes of Nestle. This is the same guy who argued that filling up your pool or washing your car shouldn't be a personal choice. Why? Because some unelected global body should actually be in charge of how much water you're allowed to use per day, you know, for the greater good. Listen to him.
Everyone knows you need a lawyer after a car accident and injury. But what if I told you there's a better way? One, it gets you more.
About 50 to 100 liters per day. But not to fill a pool or wash a car. There is a difference. We must transform the way we think about water. By 2025, 1.8 billion people will be living in regions without enough water. Water scarcity is the greatest challenge we face today. And we need to start recognizing water as a precious resource. Therefore, water should be better managed, should be better valued, and has to be better preserved.
Yeah.
By who is my question.
Right.
He has some points. Absolutely. That's
yeah, it is
true.
a precious. Absolutely, it's precious.
Right.
But as President Trump pointed out, a few months ago, obviously when dealing with everything that was going on now, is that we have too much water. We have a lot of it. We have a lot of water. It's just being misused and or not being used correctly.
Is a company that steals water.
Like, yeah, I know. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you some details. Yeah.
Not only that, but it's the same people that like have an actual like ad campaign in Africa to convince women to stop breastfeeding and use their formula.
Yes.
And so
yes, great point.
So I mean,
yeah, they steal water and they're using like use our breastfeeding formula instead of actual breast milk.
What did Philip just say? What was your last sentence?
Oh, I was just saying that's the guy we want in charge of like everything. I guess the World Economic Forum. Like that's going to go well.
Right.
Well, also Kamala Harris, you recall, I don't know if you guys remember this.
I remember.
She told us, remember, the next war is not going to be like a kinetic war in the traditional sense. The next war, it won't be over oil. It'll actually be over water. Watch.
And here's the other thing, because I also, I'm in a lot of meetings on foreign policy. For years and generations, wars have been fought over oil. In a short matter of time, they will be fought over water. So when we think about building up our economy around our infrastructure on something like water policy, it's literally about jobs. It's about the fundamental source of life that Tammy Duckworth is talking about. It will sustain life. And it's about strengthening up our nation.
Yeah.
I saw Mad Max. I know how that goes.
Yeah. I mean, so you have these globalists, you have the, Kamala Harris, you have the new head of the WEF talking.
Right. And she mentioned the movie Mad Max. Okay. If you haven't watched Mad Max, you are missing out. All right. But there's a scene in that movie, well, actually a few scenes in that movie, where you have, these individuals, who are in power at that time. All right. The world is all jacked up, but they have access to water. Okay. They have these big water gallon things, they have, and people beg them for water, man. And every now and then, the guy here release some water out to the people and they go crazy for it. Okay. So that is a good point of bringing up Mad Max and how pretty much them controlling the water gave them the power, man. And water is very important. Okay. But it's hard to imagine being told, hey, look, you only can use so much water now. Right. So now it's, you can't buy too much meat. You can't buy too much of this. You can't travel too far. You can't drive your car too far. Now it's, oh, you're using too much water. You only can use this much amount of water. What's next, man? See, people don't think Esau is this crazy. He is worse than that. All right. But when he gets control of your finances, via those CBDCs, and then ultimately the CBDC, he's going to get his way. And if you don't comply, you won't have access to anything. No food, no water, no Medicaid. You won't be able to buy no apartment or get a house or be moved into some weird, smart city building that they're going to build or whatever, or renovate. It's going to get that crazy, man. And this is why we're going to need Yahweh Ba'ashim Hawashai to intervene, okay? Divine intervention to save brothers and sisters from crazy situation as this, man. Water is it should be free, okay? But it's sold unto us, right? As it says here with that Lamentation 5, that's a curse, man. It's a curse that we have to go to the store and buy water, man. And then we drinking it out of a plastic bottle, which is way worse, Plastic got so many harmful chemicals to it, man. But, we don't think about it, because we thirsty, right? But this is Lamentation 5. And let's get the different translations here. Okay. This is the NLT, right? It says, excuse me. This is Lamentation 5. It says, we have to pay for water to drink, and even firewood is expensive. Okay. So we got to pay for water to drink, man. That is crazy. All right. But Esau has control of the water, right? Of the wells, of the rivers, of all these things. They got a control, man. So they can put a price on it and make it to where you can't get no water without them. Now, obviously, they can't stop the rain, right? But it's only going to last so long. Eventually, you're going to have to go get some water, okay? And people don't think about that. If you don't have access to no water, bro, what the hell are you going to do? You can only go so many days without water before dropping dead, okay? Now, with food, you can go a while without food, okay? The body will just, consume the fat that's, that's already in your body, your muscles and all that. It'll consume at that. But eventually, you'll die off, from lack of food. But water, it'll take a couple days. And you'll be out of here, man. So this is serious, okay? You can get done watching the rest of it if you want to. Kind of move a little fast here, man, because this is the video that I really want to play. Video put up by Glenn Beck here. I watched it earlier today, the whole thing. All of it is good. And so I want to try to play a good portion of it, man, concerning AI control, just this whole system that they're coming with, all right? But AGI and ASI and, singularity, this is something that Esau is pushing forward. Excuse me, he's pushing towards. And Elon Musk came out and said, this is going to happen, right? And if these things do come to pass, all right, if Esau get a chance to truly get artificial superintelligence, it's going to be bad. Esau has control of something like that. And we ain't talking about singularity. We're talking about artificial superintelligence, okay? To where, according to Esau, allegedly, once they get that, these robots or whatever, whatever they're going to be, they will be smarter than the smartest human. They can do everything better than every human, and so on and so forth, according to Esau, allegedly. So if they get access to that, man, it's really going to get strange out here, okay? But I want to let Glenn Beck interview this guy and he's going to tell you all about it. Okay, so it says former OpenAI researcher warns of reckless race for AI control. Right? Here we go.
Daniel Cocatello, and he's a former OpenAI researcher. Daniel, have you been on the program before? I don't think you have you?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, well, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
We wanted to have you on because I am a guy who I've been talking about AI forever, and it is both just thrilling and one of the scariest things I've ever seen at the same time. And it's kind of like not really sure which way it's going. How confident are you that? What'd you say?
It's going to go both ways. It's going to be very thrilling and also very scary.
Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. Well, thanks for starting my Monday off with that. So can you tell me, first of all, let's start with some of the good things that you think are coming and are right around the corner that people just don't understand. Because I don't think anybody, the average person, they hear this, they think it's like social media. It's going to be like the cell phone. It's going to change everything. And they don't know that yet.
Yeah. Well, where to begin? I think, so probably people are familiar with systems like ChatGPT now, which are large language models that you can go have an actual normal conversation with, unlike ordinary software programs. They're getting better at everything. In particular, right now and in the next few years, the companies are working on turning them into autonomous agents. So instead of simply responding to some message that you send them and then, turning off, they would be continuously operating, roaming around, browsing the internet, working on their own projects on their own computers, checking in with you, sending you messages like a human employee, basically.
Right.
That's what the companies are working on now, and it's the stated intention of the CEOs of these companies to build eventually superintelligence.
Right.
What is
So he's talking about AGI, okay, which is artificial general intelligence. They would pretty much be able to do the basic human things, right? The human jobs with, call centers and checking in with hotels and, just basic stuff like that. AGI will be able to handle that. And guess what? A lot of people are going to be out of a job. Okay. There will be no more talking to fucking Ishmael or a damn Elamite on the phone, and they can barely speak English. You press 1 for English, and Elam come up. That's gonna be out the window. Okay, it's gonna be AGI. It's gonna be AGI. I ready to talk to some damn robot or wherever it's gonna be. Some little voice over, and that's gonna be that, man. And they're saying that AGI can be here, in no time. Okay, but this is serious, man. This is real. And Elon Musk, I think maybe a few months ago, he spoke about how once AI truly gets up and running, how that they're going to have to use universal basic income to pretty much help the people out that are unemployed, just give them a monthly check to so-called sustain themselves and whatever. All right. But AI is pretty much going to take over, man. So this is one of the goals of these devils. All right. One of their plans, one of their traps. Okay. It's all a damn trap, man. Everything you see is a trap, but it's going to lead to that MOTB system. Okay. Here we go.
superintelligence? Superintelligence is fully autonomous AI systems that are better than humans at absolutely everything.
So on the surface, that sounds like a movie that we've all seen, and you kind of, you say that, and you're like, anybody that's working on these, have they seen the same movies I've seen? I mean, what the heck? Let's just go to see Jurassic Park. Ex Machina. What do you think? Is it just me, or do people in the industry go, this could be really bad? I had horrible pain in my hands. I had a hard time moving them. I could barely work with them. I couldn't write or type or anything. I tried everything. Then I found Relief Factor. Relief to come up with.
All right, you want to make money in real estate? Here's how you take over a house with no money down, no credit check, and no job.
Did they come on? Did they go on to say, like, you know, and that's why we've developed this, and it's going to protect us from it? I mean, or did they just lose their way? What happened?
I mean, it's an interesting sociological question. My take on it is that institutions tend to conform to their incentives over time.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a sort of evaporative cooling effect where the people who are most concerned about where all this is headed tend to not be the ones who get promoted and end up running the companies. And they tend to be the ones who, for example, quit, like me.
Let's stop there for a second. Hang on, just stop there for a second. You were a governance researcher at OpenAI on scenario planning. What does that mean?
I was a researcher on the governance team. Scenario planning is just one of several things that I did. So basically, I mean, I did a couple different things at OpenAI. One of the things that I did was try to game out what the future is going to look like. So AI 2027 is a much bigger, more elaborate, more rigorous version of some smaller projects that I sort of did while I was at OpenAI, if that makes sense. Like, I think back in 2022, I wrote my own, here's gaming out what the next couple of years were going to look like internal scenario, right? And then
how close are you?
I'll get some things right, get some things wrong.
Okay.
The basic trend is hard to miss, right? AI systems getting better and better, becoming more autonomous, etc. For how close I was overall, I actually did a similar scenario back in 2021 before I joined OpenAI. And so you can go read that and judge what I got right and what I got wrong. I would say that that's about par for the course for me when I tend to do these sorts of things. And I'm hoping that AI 2027 will also be, about that level of right and wrong.
So
I should mention the thing I wrote in 2021 is called What 2026 Looks Like, in case you want to look it up.
Okay, well, we'll look it up. You walked away from millions in equity in OpenAI. What made you walk away? What were they doing that made you go, I don't think it's worth the money?
So back to the bigger picture, I think. Remember, these companies are trying to build superintelligence. It's going to be better than humans, better than the best humans at everything, while also being faster and cheaper. And you can just make, many, many copies of them. The CEO of Anthropic, Dario Amodei, he uses this term, the country of geniuses on a data center, to try to visualize what it would look like, because quantitatively we're talking, millions of copies, each one of which is smarter than the smartest geniuses, while also being more charismatic than the most charismatic, celebrities and politicians, and just everything, right? So that's what they're building towards. And that raises a bunch of important questions, like, is that even a good idea for us to build, for example? And how are we going to make that safe? And also, who gets to control the army of geniuses in the data centers,
Right.
And
right.
What orders are they going to be given, and who gets to decide, right? And these are some extremely important questions, right?
Well, the elite's going to do it. Okay, the elites of Esau, they're going to control artificial superintelligence. Okay, AGI, they're going to control all of it. Okay, AI is pretty much like Esau's angels. Okay, so this is where we're heading towards, man. This guy said that artificial superintelligence is going to be better than the best human being, or smarter than the smartest human being, and more charismatic than any celebrity. So these devils are moving fast, man. Okay, they're moving fast. And it's only a matter of time, bro. Okay, this is why, as believers, we got to stay alert, man. You got to stay alert. Because once this thing truly hits, as Klaus Schwab said, it's going to hit us like a wave. Okay? He said it's going to sweep over the earth pretty much like a wave. once this reset come and they truly get AI up and running and these different infrastructures set up, man, this thing gonna move super fast. And that's a point that the Apostle Hart always make. The point he always make about, pretty much once this thing gets up and running, everything gonna move real fast. And guess what? AI and AGI, ASI, these things will make that happen. So it's only a matter of time, bro. It's only a matter of time, man. Just keep the faith, bro. Keep the faith. But Esau, he's coming with something. Okay. I don't truly, fully understand AI and how it works and all of these terminologies and things like that, man. But we know that it's going to lead to the MOTB. Everything going to be tied in together. Okay. This transition or this reset won't just be, no smooth one. All right. I highly doubt that. The way that these markets are looking and, trade wars, gold and silver, I mean, everything is just up in shambles right now. And this is a planned crash, okay? A planned crash of society, of this whole system. And you have people on TikTok saying, oh, Trump is dumb. He didn't know. They're doing this on purpose, man. Donald Trump was giving orders. Hey, look, do this. Okay, start this, start that. On both sides, man, with China, Russia, whoever, bro. They've been told what to do, okay? And the people are saying it like, what the hell going on? This ain't going to turn out good. Why are we doing this for? Not knowing that they're planning something. So it's only a matter of time, man. Okay, while they're sitting here questioning, who gonna control AI? That should be the least of your worry. That should be the least of your worry. Who control AI? Okay, the Most High control AI. Goddamn it! If you want to answer, but this MOTB system, man, is about to truly change lives. Okay, change everybody's life. All right, and for your Israelite camps out there, man, who are playing around with the breakdown of the MOTB, you're not truly giving warning to your congregation about this thing. We see IUIC that is dancing around and all confused about the MOTB breakdown, man. Hey, man, this is no time to be messing around. You don't want to see brothers, or sisters, out there destroyed, man. But hey, if they don't get it together, bro, once the MOTB hits, bro, they're gonna take it. It's crazy, but it's gonna be like that, man. So I just stop right there with this video. Okay, you can watch the rest of it. All of it is good. All right, but I'm gonna get this scripture here, then I'm gonna close out. This is Psalm chapter 140, right? And as you can see, the title here of this chapter, it says prayer for protection against the wicked. So this is a prayer of King David, man, about protection from the wicked. We need protection from the wicked, man. And the Lord going to do that for his men, okay, for the elect, excuse me, right? It says, deliver me, O Yahweh, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man. And we know that Esau is the evil man. He's the violent man, okay? Hands down, nobody even close, okay? When it comes to being evil and when it comes to violence, destruction, okay, mayhem, no one beating out Esau, bro. He got the cake. It says, which imagine mischiefs in their heart. Continually are they gathered together for war, right? For physical war, or, whether it be war against nature, all kinds of wars, man. War against the people, chemical wars on the people. I mean, this man is obsessed with war. But that's how the Most High made him, okay? Esau's at war with everything. He's never satisfied, as it says in Habakkuk. He just wants to just destroy and do what he do. So that's Esau's nature, is to gather for war, right? It says they have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips. Selah. Keep me, O Yahweh, meaning pretty much guard me. Okay, protect me, right? O Yahweh, Bashim Shai, from the hands or the power of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have purpose, right? Who have purpose to overthrow my goings. That's the plans of Esau, man. His plan is to overthrow us, all right? His plan is to get us sea-hipped, and if not sea-hipped, destroyed. If you don't want to get down with the system, hey, they're gonna round you up, man. You're a troublemaker, okay? You don't want to be safe, right? Esau gonna push an MOTB like, hey, this is the safe way out. And if you don't want to get down with this, then pretty much you're a terrorist. Okay, that's how crazy it's going to get. Right? It says, the proud have hid a snare for me, and chorus. They have spread a net by the wayside. They have set gins for me, Selah. And with all this trade war crap going on, brother, this is a trap being set, man. Okay? Don't get caught up in the clickbait and the news and, these media titles and stuff. Hey, man, just let it play out. Just, brother, you don't have to worry. As long as you stay diligent, diligent to the Most High, bro. You ain't got to worry, bro. Let these people in this world worry. Let them panic and freak out, okay? Now, we pay attention to things. Of course, hell yeah, we do. Because it's going to affect us all. But we should be expecting this, okay? Esau shouldn't catch you off guard, man. He shouldn't catch you off guard, okay? We're looking for Esau to set these traps and to have things go this way and that way, but we have the final plans of Esau in the scriptures, and that's the MOTB, bro. It's all going to lead to that, okay? So I'll close out with that, man. I pray it was edifying. I didn't want to make this too long, but I pray it was edifying to the spirit. I'll praise Yahweh Shai. Shalom.